In this session, we are going to learn that how we can read or fetch the properties of a file using Java code. Now, first of all, we will understand that what do you mean by properties. Suppose take the example in my desktop, you can say that I have so many files are there. Like you can say that some MS doc file is there, some PowerPoint file is there. So there can be any type of file. If you make a right click on any file, you will get an option properties here. When you get the option properties here, you can see that so many properties of a file are visible here. Like you can say that we have size property, right? This one. We have a creation date property. We have a modification dates property. We have a accessed time. So we have so many properties which is related to a file. Now we want to read this property, okay, from our Java code. So how we can do it? Okay, so for that purpose, we can take the example of any file. So I have shown you this one. So let me take the example of any file. So in my system on my desktop, there's a website folder, and let me pick any file from this location. Okay, so I will do one thing. First of all, in the Java, the first line of code we have to write is that we have to create a string variable. Okay, and the purpose of this variable is only to store the path of the file which you want to use in your project. So this is this one. And now in this folder, I want to read the properties of this file, drag and drop. Okay, so now let me do one thing. I can simply, you can say, click on properties, and I've already copied the path. Now this is the name of the file, and for the timing, let me close it. And now, so I have stored the path of a file in a file path variable. Now this is the first step. Second step is that you have to convert this file path in a path object, in a path object or a path reference. So here you will see that you have to use an interface that is called path. So if I will write it here, you can say that we are able to see a path interface here, path classes, and here path, one more interface here. But here the important thing is that if you want to read the properties of a class, the specifically we will go with the package java.nio. So all the classes, mostly classes which we are going to use in this program, that will be related to the java.nio package. So I'm going to use this one. Okay, automatically you can see that when I click on that, it has imported this class path here, java.nio. Okay, now I will create a reference for it. And now the right side is that we have to create a, you can say that, a static method of this class, that is of. Okay, in this of, what we have to do, we have to pass the path of the file path. Here two arguments are there, but second one is optional. So I have passed the first file path string variable here. So again, let me tell you, I have created a string file path variable to store the file path, and now I pass this file path in a of function of a path interface so that it is converted into the path reference type, and now we can use it. Now third line of code is that we have to use a class that is called files. Again, this file class should be from the java.nio file package, not other. The file should be java.nio file package, and here you have to call a method that is called read attributes. Okay, there is a method that is called read attributes. In this read attributes, you have to, again, you can see that we have three parameters, one class, second and third one, but third one is not mandatory. So we will go with the two parameters only that is needed. So let me do one thing. Let me first of all remove this one. So first parameter is already you have given, that is the path reference variable, and second is basic, you can say that, basic file attribute. There is a class that is called basic file attribute. There's an interface that is basic file attribute. You have to use this one, and again, important, it is from java.nio package. Okay, and you have to write dot class. Okay, now the return type, you can say that, now here you can see it is showing you about the exception handling. So for the time being, let me use the throws, but ideally you should use the surround with try catch. Okay, but here I don't want to, I want to make the code very simple, so that's why I'm using throws here. Now once you have written this code, you have to store in a, you can say, variable of basic file attributes, this one. and I will give the name attributes. Okay, now this is the third line you have written. Okay, now after this, what will happen? Every property which is related to this file, you can get it with the help of this reference attributes. Here I want to show you that it contains some method to fetch different type of properties like dot. First, you are able to see that creation time. This is creation time. So it will return the creation time. If you want to see it, I can show you. So how I can show you? I can simply do one thing. Let me print in a SOP. So I will show you different type of, you can say, things here. So like I am going to show you creation date. Okay, colon, and now I'm going to use this property. So now you will see that plus creation. So it will show you, or it will fetch the creation date of the file here. Same way we have other type of properties. Now let me show you in the next line, creation date. Second is that I'm writing modification date, when this file was modified lastly. So now the name of the function is that attributes.lastModifiedTime here. So now I'm going to print it also. Okay, now third thing we can do it, we can print the last access date. Okay, so when it was last access, so I can write is, let me write last accessed date. Okay, so now I'm going to write a last access date here. So here the property is attributes dot, you can say last access time here. So it will return the last access time here, and now I can print it. One property is very important that is left, and that is that, what is that? And that is size of the file. So now let me put it here also, file size. File size, and the property is very simple, attributes dot size. Now when I run this code, you will see that it will read all the properties and you will able to see on my console. Okay, but here you have to watch the complete video, because I will show you that you have to make some extra effort to watch this or to read this property properly. So now let me run it. Now you can see that you are able to see the creation date is this one, modification this one, and file X size is 995. So we can double check on that. So let me simply, you can say, open the properties here, and now let me open the code, and now let me open that properties here. I can do one thing. Let me print the screen so that I don't need to open it again and again. And let me close, and now let me open up this one, and now I can use it. So now let me show you properly parallel. So now here you can say that size is 995, that you are able to see that size is correct. Now the creation date is 20, you can say 27 June 2020, that is right. But here you can say that it is printing the rest of the things in a specific date format, and that is not easy to understand for us. Okay, again let me show you. File size is okay, 995 bytes is there, that is okay. But the rest of the things, like you can say creation date, that is 27 June, okay, 2020, time is 9:38:45. So that time here you are able to see that is displaying in a different, you can say, format. So I can do one thing. First of all, we have to convert the file, or convert this date and time in a proper format. So for that purpose, I will advise one thing. What is that? You can do one thing. First of all, you can say that create a simple date format. So there is a simple date format. Okay, I will simply create a reference of that and new simple date format. If you know that the purpose of simple date format is that you can convert the one type of, you can say, format of date into the another type. I will use the second one, and I will simply pass the pattern here. So whatever pattern you want to see, whatever pattern you want to convert, you can pass it here. So you can say the widely used pattern is that I want to convert the date into the, you can say that dd YY format. So first of all, it will convert this one, and then I want to show because I'm interested in the R's also. So HH colon MM colon SS. So this is the format. You can use different format, and you can go and check onto the internet that we can convert our date into the different formats here. So here I'm using the MM DD YYY HH MM SS means month, date here, and here you can say year, and hours, minute, and second. So I can convert it. So now you can say that how I can use this to convert this time into the proper format here. Okay, so for that purpose, I will do one thing. Let me do one thing. I will call a method sd.format. I will call the method sd.format here. And now this one, I will go with this one object here. And now what I'm going to pass here, that is very important. You have this one creation time, you have copied here. So I'm passing creation time, and I will use dot 2 milliseconds, this one. Okay, the important is what will happen, attributes dot creation time, and then first convert into the millisecond, and now it will automatically format you can say this creation time into this format. And now I can do one thing. Let me store in a string variable so that I can store this creation date here. String creation date. Okay, now instead of printing this one, I'm printing this creation date at this place. Okay, so what I have done, whatever I got the attributes dot creation time, then dot millisecond, and then pass in my sd.format function, and now it will work on that. Simply we can do one thing, we can get the creation date. So let me do the same thing with my, you can say that modification date, and same thing I will do with my access date. So I will say that modification date, and you know that in the modification date I have to use this one last modified. So I will say that attribute dot last modified date and 2 milliseconds. And now simply here access date, last access date, or you can say access date. So what is the function for that? Attributes dot last access time and millisecond. And now let me print everything in the console using this one. So this is my modification date, and this is my access date. And you have seen that size is, you can say, already in the proper format, so we don't need to worry about that. So let me clear the console here, and now let me run this code again. When I run the code, it is going to print all the information here. Like now you can say the creation date is in the proper format. Okay, same format which is, you can say, desired. And now everything, now let me verify that everything is okay or not. Just see that here. First of all, creation date is that you can say 7th June. Okay, 27 June 2020, and time is 21:38:45. 21 means you can say, because it is showing me the 24-hour clock, so it is same 9:38:45. You can say that this one. So this is right. Second modification date. What is the modification date? Same 26 June, same is that, but time is 22:31:37. It means 22 means 10:31:37. So it is also coming correctly. Now last access time 6 June. So you can say that this is 6 June, and it is also showing the 6 June, and the time is here. You can say that it is saying that 14 minutes ago. 14 minutes ago. Now you can see that 14 minutes ago means you can just see this one. So now you can say that with the help of this, you can say classes available in the java.nio package, you can access any properties. So we have accessed every property of this class. So this code is very, very easy. Only you have to focus that we are using the classes mainly from the Neo. So if you have still any doubt, you can put in the comment of this video. And if you have not subscribed my channel till now, you can subscribe it. I will copy the code of this program in the description of this video. Thank you.